Home sweet home for Ja'Marr Chase, coming back to his hometown and delivering the knockout blow on Sunday. Hi again, everyone, and welcome into Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien here at the Superdome in New Orleans, where the Bengals taking down the Saints 30-26 in what was a wild, probably maddening, frustrating game for a lot of you until the end. And that's where we'll start. We'll start with the end, because the ending was everything Ja'Marr Chase and Joe Burrow could have really dreamed of, returning to the place where they won a national championship just 3 seasons ago with the LSU Tigers, finishing 15-0 in 2019. And well, now they're trying to do the same thing in Cincinnati, bring a championship to Cincinnati. They got close in their first year together. They're trying to get back there this season. And, well, it was a rocky start for this Bengals team. They trailed the entire game. In fact, until 1:56 to go, when Ja'Marr Chase broke free and outran Tyrann Mathieu for a 60-yard touchdown, they hadn't let it all. And yet, the kid from New Orleans, the kid coming home with, I think there were at least 50-plus friends and family. And I was actually told, I lied about that. It's at least 70. It was like 70-plus friends and family tied to Ja'Marr Chase that were here. And they watched him have 7 receptions for 132 yards, 2 touchdowns. And he was dancing in the end zone. He said he wanted to punt the ball with the second touchdown. But this game, what this was, ladies and gentlemen, was the 2021 Bengals. You know how frustrating they were to watch last year? The ups and downs, the ebbs and flows, the offense not working right, or when it does work, the defense isn't doing what it should. And, well, that was today, because the Bengals' defense was bad for most of the game. In fact, there was a stretch from the end of the first quarter to the fourth quarter where the Saints scored on all of their possessions, 5 straight. And the good news about that was 4 of those were field goals. So the Bengals defense did hold its own. They did limit New Orleans, but they could not get off the field. And that was the maddening part, because this offense was playing the way a lot of us expected them to play all season long. And they were moving the ball up and down the field. Joe Burrow had his best game of the season, no doubt today. He comes back into his home state of Louisiana, and he talked about it after the game, the Ja'Marr Chase National Championship jersey. He said he just wanted to pay homage to the state. That was great to him, during his time here, and obviously the building, returning to this building where they won the national championship. But Burrow, look, completed 28 of 37, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, ran for another touchdown. And the thing that stood out to me about Burrow, his playmaking ability. And that's when you know Burrow's on his game, when he breaks out of a tackle and he's able to do a little spin move, and then he moves up in the pocket, and then he slides, and he bides more time, and you think he's down, and then he's not down, and he runs for the 19-yard touchdown and just keeps his eyes downfield. And I think a big part of that was the quick passing game early. When they got the quick passing game going, it got him into a rhythm. And the key to doing that, and at least Jesse wrote this week at allbengals.com, Tyler Boyd, getting Boyd involved. I think he was huge early on, because what it would do, extend drives. It would take the pressure off of Ja'Marr, take the pressure off of T. Higgins, who's obviously still playing through an ankle injury. And then, they're able to continue to extend drives, find Joe Mixon for a 9-yard touchdown, all of those things. And then it builds up to, in the second half, they couldn't be stopped. And the only time they had to settle for anything less than a touchdown was back-to-back sacks, 3rd and 27. Burrow finds Chase to get into field goal range, and Evan McPherson. They call him Money for a reason. I nicknamed him Money Mac for a reason. 52 yards. This stadium was so loud, and for this offense to play the way they did is awesome. It's a testament to them. It's a testament to what they can be, and it gives you an idea of what this team, the potential they have. And look, it's a storybook ending, right? Storybook ending for Ja'Marr Chase, coming home, putting on a show, and doing it in the biggest moments. It's not like he had two touchdowns early and, it was a rout or anything like that. It was hard. It was a tough game. It was a tough game for a ton of reasons, whether it was the crowd, whether it was the unforced errors that really plagued this team in 2 critical moments. And I know I've been critical of the defense. I'm going to be nice to them in a second, and because they stood up. They stood up and did their job at the end. But 2 plays that really stood out that just changed the momentum and let this crowd was crazy loud. Ja'Marr said it was the loudest NFL stadium he had been in. And the first play would have been the Trent Taylor fumble. Defense gets off the field. and you fumble it there after both teams go 3 and out or close to it. They punt on their first possessions. There's your chance to get into a rhythm, get off to that fast start, keep the crowd down a little bit. Didn't work. And so that was the start. And the Bengals offense rebounded and tied it at 7, but it just, they could not. They were still fighting it a little bit, still trying to find themselves, and the defense could not stop this weird rushing attack for the Saints, whether it was Taysom Hill, whether it was the beautiful fake reverse or end around with Andy Dalton that he did, the 44, 48-yarder. As a practice squad guy, I didn't forget his name, 89, scoring the touchdown. Like, that was a heck of a play. And then you're like, at halftime, it's like, okay, they're in it, breathe, defense get going. And they get the stop they needed. 3rd and 25 after multiple penalties. The Saints are just begging to punt the ball back to the Bengals. And Trey Hendrickson with the biggest boneheaded play of the day, of maybe the year. 3rd and 25, roughing the passer. What does that do? It extends the drive. The Saints get a field goal. They continue to drive downfield. They get a field goal. Continue to apply pressure. Make it a 2-possession game at 23-14. Bengals offense answers. Saints do the same thing. And it was like, man, is this defense ever going to get a stop? And then they did. They did when the Bengals offense got counterpunched. All right, at 3rd and 27, they get enough yards for Evan McPherson, and the defense stood up. They stood tall, and they got the ball back, forcing a 3-and-out to this offense, 2:16 to go. And, what happened after that was Jamar Chase happened. And when Jamar Chase happens, you're just happy if you're a Bengals fan that he's on your side, because sometimes it's inevitable with these guys, and he's one of those dudes. And with the way Burrow was playing, once they got the ball back, it felt like they were going to go down and take the lead. I didn't think it would be in one play, 60 yards. I didn't think it'd be that quick, and yet it was. And so this defense had to step up again, and they did. And they got the sack that they needed on 3rd down to make it 4th and unmanageable, and able to make a play there. And look, that's all you can ask for. Ultimately, these games are going to be tough. It's the NFL, as they say, and there are things that people are going to talk about. Look, Eli Apple, there were 60,000 plus booing Eli Apple and going at Eli Apple. And I was walking out onto the field shortly after Eli did, and some of the other defensive players before the game. And instantly, fans like, Eli, you talk a lot, huh? You talk a lot. And they went after him. And he gave up some plays, but he also made some plays. And he had a huge hit on Taysom Hill, which I'm sure that felt good for him to do. But, yeah, overall, this is a huge win. I had 27-24 and it ended up being 30-26. I didn't think it would be easy, even with the injuries to the Saints. I didn't think that. Andy Dalton now 2-1 against the Bengals as a starter. I didn't think it would be easy, but the Bengals got it done. This offense got it going, and that's so important when you're thinking about the ceiling of this team. You need the offense to perform at the level they did today. Was it perfect? No. Were there, a couple sacks or pressures that you didn't like? Yeah. Heck, Burrow was a little off, I think, early in the game from an accuracy standpoint. But he recovered, played extremely well. The way he was able to escape the pocket on that 3rd down and find Tyler Boyd for the 1st down, just insane. It was it was like the AFC Championship game play against Chris Jones. It was like the play he made, plays he made in college. You remember that, and those stand out. And sometimes when he's on like that, you see him, put together some Burrow magic. And that's exactly what he did today. That's exactly what Jamar Chase did today. And that's exactly what the Bengals did today, beating the New Orleans Saints 30-26. But, Week 6 games aren't over, so make sure you go to mybookie.ag, use promo code BengalsTalk, and you're going to get a 100% deposit match, a double deposit. That's it, up to $1,000. So if you want to put $500 down and start making money, that's great. Use promo code BengalsTalk, and you're going to get another $500. Boom, just like that. So whether you want to wager on the Sunday night action, whether you want to wager on the Monday night action, maybe you're looking ahead now. Bengals, Falcons at Paycor Stadium next week. You can use promo code BengalsTalk right now. Get that double deposit match right now. Take advantage of it and start winning money with my bookie promo code BengalsTalk. 3-3, Bengals 3-3 in a good spot, and they gotta. This is when you got to start getting rolling now. You got the Falcons next week. The Falcons have been playing pretty well. I think exceeding expectations thus far. It's not going to be easy, but the Bengals are going to have to get it done. For more on this game, make sure you check out Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Zach Taylor, all posted right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. We'll also have plenty of videos throughout the week, and I have a ton right now at allbengals.com. So For Andrew Fox Miller, our channel coordinator, I'm James Rapien signing off for now, where the Bengals improved to 3-3 with a 30-26 victory over the New Orleans Saints. As always, thank you so much for watching right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk.